One. All right. Hey, man. So thank you again for coming out. I've said that like three times now, but
Of course, no
uh,
worries.
yeah. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Well, I'm Sibogy, aka Sib, which is what I normally go for. I am a long-time player of Minecraft, and I've been making resource packs and adventure maps ever since, like I think it was late 2012. I started
Yeah.
dabbling in it. I had a long break in between, but recently I worked on Doomed Demons on the Nether, which is basically Doom in Minecraft, with a data pack, a resource pack, command blocks, and the actual world itself.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna start off with a big question here. All right. Be nervous.
Okay.
What is your favorite game?
Oh, okay. Well, you're asking a Minecrafter, so I have to give the obvious answer,
All right. All
which is
right.
Minecraft. It's just because you can do so much with it, and I've been playing it for so long.
Oh yeah, yeah, I feel it. It's one of those questions where it could possibly be a dumb one, but I figured I'd throw it in there anyways, right?
Yeah. So I know this old NES game from 1985.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. Yeah, cool. When did you start playing Minecraft then?
I think it was June or July 2011.
Shoot, okay, yeah. So you're basically back right there at the beginning then.
Close, yeah. There's still
Yeah.
plenty of people who started playing before me. Like mine was beta 1.501, I think it was, which is still before first release. This was when there was no hunger bar,
Mm,
um, pork chops didn't stack, all sorts of weird stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
Enderman went in the game, all sorts of stuff.
yeah. I remember there being weird stuff like
What about you? When did you
uh,
start playing?
Oh, I was the first time I poked in was alpha, but I could hardly call that
Oh
playing.
yeah,
It was more just
yeah,
load up real quick, kind of poked around. Probably started
just figured it
playing
out.
during beta. I think it was like right before wolves got added.
Oh right.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been here a bit as well, kind of on and off. But yeah, I guess so. Doomed, right? You mentioned Doomed, which is would you say that's your biggest project?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Okay,
I
yeah.
spent probably 1,200 hours. That's probably my estimate on it. I started working on it
Damn.
on the gun pack in 2020 March, late March.
Okay.
Because I was playing Doom and I was like, I wonder if I can, before Doom Eternal came out, because that came out in March, I think it was 2020 as well. So before that
Gotcha.
came out, I was playing through Doom and I was like, I haven't made any Minecraft stuff for a while. I wonder if I can make these guns and some enemies and stuff like that in Minecraft. And I gave it a go
Yeah.
and then kind of went from there.
Shoot. When it's just released. I think it was like 2 months ago now, right? Was the release of
Yeah,
your map?
January 9th.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, big ass project. How do you
Yeah.
feel? You just dropped it after you said 1,200 hours or so of work.
It was the launch was very exciting, and also stressful at the same time because there were so many things that I needed to update of, like the past tense of this will be released or is not released yet, and then you have to change all those things on so
Yeah.
many different social platforms and stuff like that. The launch itself was pretty smooth. I don't think really anyone had any game-breaking issues. Um, there were still plenty of people who downloaded it and then ran it in the wrong version, even though I specified it on like the download page 3 times. And
Yeah.
I mean, you get that with people though. But yeah, I think it was pretty successful, and I watched lots of people play it.
Yeah. I totally feel you on the customer support side of things there. Like, I have my own data pack work, and I'll get, what version is this for? And it's right there, just right there on the
Yeah, it's
page.
right there. Three
Yeah,
places on one page.
yeah. Where do I download the resource pack? There are multiple links and drop downs where
Yeah.
you...
Yeah,
No,
the good
it's
thing with Minecraft is recently, well, I don't know about recently, but I know back in 2013, 2014, you
yeah.
couldn't you couldn't pair the resource pack and the save folder in the same folder.
Hmm.
You had to install them separately, but now you can, which is great because
Oh,
that would have been a
that
nightmare on top of it.
yeah, that's so much better for
Yeah,
adventure maps. The accessibility
for
is so
sure.
much higher. I'd been wanting the same thing to be added to data packs. Just have a bundled resource pack inside. That would be a godsend for data pack developers. But
How do you mean?
just being able to drop it in with one zip file, right? And
I see. Okay, like with the resource packs instead of having to chuck it in data packs and then resource pack on top.
yeah, yeah. So maybe like its
I
own
see. Okay,
resources folder inside the data pack.
right.
Because I do mostly survival data packs. So
True.
like,
Yeah, which is different to adventure map, which is it's all together.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, did you have a favorite part about developing it? Maybe like a feature or level? Like what's one that you're uh you're hyped
Oh,
about?
a favorite part. Um, the end result of the final boss, Icon of Sin. Like I had that
Hmm.
idea for a while, and I had like an idea in my mind of what I wanted it to look like. I actually spent about 2 months on it, like making the animations and
Yeah.
the different boss phases and stuff like that. So I think I'm probably most proud of that one. It's like the final send off at the end of the map as well.
Hmm.
The cherry on top. That's probably one of my proudest things on it, I think.
Did you so I haven't played a lot of Doom, I'll be honest, but
Right.
did you pull that from the game anywhere or
Yes, it was mainly based on the Doom Eternal ending, but I
mhm.
didn't do a complete copy paste.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I think Doom Eternal had like the skyscrapers and giant demons walking around, right?
Yes, yes. So the scale of the Icon of Sin is nowhere near as big in Doomed compared to Eternal.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's just because of, as you'll probably know, the maximum size of a model on an armor stand head is 3 by 3 blocks.
Hmm.
So I couldn't make it too massive. But it
Gotcha,
turned
gotcha.
out well, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And all the cutscenes, stuff like that, it's cool.
Oh yeah, the cutscenes are just they're definitely what got me invested in the project when I first saw like a couple of your devlogs or your teasers, I guess.
Right, right.
Because that stuff's not common, especially in Java map making. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you know anything about Bedrock map making? Have you toyed with that at all?
I have been added to a team to start doing some Bedrock stuff, but I actually don't have Bedrock myself. I missed out on it when they were giving it away for free, but I think they're doing it again, like a rerun of it this summer in Northern Hemisphere, where they're giving it away Minecraft for Windows
Oh yeah,
if you have Java account, so I'll probably do that. I would be
nice. Okay.
interested in it, checking it out. I do know that there's add-ons slash behavior packs that you can do a lot with.
Hmm.
But for map making and from my experience, I all had it on Java, so that's why I went with that. Plus, there's no data packs on Bedrock, which is a bit trash.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
blame Microsoft for splitting up the features between versions.
Yeah, if there's a lot of Bedrock stuff that I would love to see in Java. I don't use Bedrock myself, but I know like
Okay.
animation is apparently much more supported, like
Yeah,
custom
yeah,
mob
for sure.
models, things like that.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff there.
Jeez, yeah. I I guess a slight tangent. What kind of Bedrock project are you guys doing?
Nothing in particular. I think it's just commissions. Like I haven't joined and started doing the any of the work yet, but it's just like as commissions come and go.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. I should probably get into that myself. I've worked for a couple like Java teams as like a
Okay.
contractor, but
Yeah.
it's definitely there's definitely a lot more happening in terms of like the financial side, I guess, on
Yeah,
Bedrock.
the monetary. I mean, there's no marketplace for Java.
Yeah,
That's where all the money is, and the actual amount of people playing Bedrock versus Java is crazy. It's a big difference.
yeah. I know this was a conversation in the Java map making community about a few years ago. I think the Finger Maps team was bringing it up. Like what do you think about Java map making and like I guess its future, right?
Um, I honestly think that Microsoft is trying to phase out Java Edition
Yeah.
just because it's only on PC and it's less optimized as what they're using for Bedrock. I think it's C Sharp or C++ or something.
Mm,
I I don't see a long, super long future if they're going to do that. But I think the tools on there for map making is still a little bit superior to Bedrock.
yeah.
But I'm biased because I've only played Java.
Shit. Yeah. I get that feeling as well. There's like so many
Yeah,
things like the amount of monetization. While I
yeah,
love that there is less monetization in Java, like it's a nice user experience. The
right.
fact that it isn't being monetized as heavily is also a bit worrying for me because I'm just
Yes,
like, all right, what if some? I mean, they haven't yet, but what if a CEO at Microsoft just says, "Hey, there's not enough large numbers coming from over here," and just kind of
right.
cuts it off. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I've been throwing around the idea that maybe data packs and map making should be more integrated with like the Java experience, so that like Java players, we wouldn't want a marketplace, right? Like, but
right.
something like where it like there's partners, right? We already kind of have that, but there's no like subscription model that pays out to
Yes.
the creators, right? So maybe there's
It's
different
more
levels
corporate on the
subscription.
Bedrock side.
Yeah, yeah. Saying maybe like certain map makers and data pack creators could have like premium or like they could come with the subscription or something. I don't know. Just
Right.
one of the things on the mind because yeah, it feels like Java is getting phased out. Like what could we do
Yeah.
to
You
to
have to ask
halt the
Microsoft about
flow?
that. I don't know what their plans are.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not. Sib, what? Save us! No. I just like bring it up, seeing what other people think.
One can only hope.
Yeah, shit. Okay. What sort of preparation? Back to Doomed, right?
Yep.
What sort of prep and planning went into Doomed? Because for this pretty massive project, 1,200 hours.
Yeah, so I did it. I've heard about lots and lots of people who bite off more than they can chew with projects like in general, like even any game design where
Yeah.
people jump in, they've got this huge ambitious thing and they don't really know what they're doing, and then they just give up like 10% through.
Hmm.
That's why from the start, I just took it a step at a time. I knew a rough idea of what I had to do,
Yeah.
and sometimes if I felt overwhelmed of like, oh, how am I going to program that? How am I going to do that? I'm a big fan of lists. I like
Hmm.
ticking things off and doing steps at a time. But for the preparation, at the very beginning, I was going to base it just straight on Doom 2016. Like, you've played 2016. Oh no, you haven't. That's right, you haven't played Doom, have you?
I've seen a bit of gameplay and I poked around a little,
Okay.
but I haven't like completed the game or anything.
Yeah, that's fine. At the start of the adventure map, it's based very, very closely. I'm sure if you saw like an intro video, you would see that it's very close up
Okay.
until the point of the elevator.
Mm.
Um, and because I was going through and I was in Doom 2016, I was taking screenshots and I've got two monitors up. I have a screenshot on the other side, Minecraft on the other side. I'm just trying to like copy of what I see, and I was after a few hours of that, I was like, this is a little bit boring. I just want to do my own thing, I want to use an idea of Doom and
Yeah.
base it loosely off that, but add in my creative spin of things, which I did, and I ended up enjoying it a lot more. But it was definitely a lot of playing Doom beforehand and
Hmm.
figuring out what I could do with the changes of Minecraft. Ever since 2013, 2014, when I last worked on an adventure map.
Yeah. Were there certain aspects of Doom that you were trying like very intentionally to recreate? Maybe certain like game feel.
Yeah, definitely the game feel for sure. I wanted to have that fast-paced movement, and the guns to feel tactile, and I wanted them to all have their own uses as well. You know, with
Mhm.
some games where you upgrade a gun or whatever, and then you never use that old gun again that you've upgraded past.
Yeah.
That's a primary thing in Doom as well, where they wanted to make the guns all useful, have their own uses. Like the plasma rifle, for example, is useful for the imps and the soldier guys who shoot the red energy things at you,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and all those kind of things. You can see that in the codex in the game, just explaining about different uses. But yeah, it was based a lot on that gunplay as the fundamentals, as the foundation.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's come through. It's funny you mention the like the codex and stuff. I did a couple playthroughs of your Doomed map.
Yeah.
On the first one, I didn't read. I'm a bad player.
Yes, so many
I'm
people don't. Did you skip through the setup menu?
no, I
Okay,
was
good. All
I
right.
was good there.
Okay, good.
But
Good point.
once I got in game, I was the exact player you don't want to be a beta tester.
But that's
Uh,
fine though. That's like the story.
yeah.
Um, Doom doesn't take itself too seriously for the story. Like, there's so
Hmm.
many people who just play Doom because they just want to shoot demons and screw everything up. You know, that's the
Oh
whole
yeah.
thing about Doom. So there's plenty of people who don't give a shit about the story and they just skip, 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 skip. But to have it there, it's quite light as a story, but it's there. You know, it
Yeah.
exists there. So it's fine if you skip. It doesn't really matter. But you
Yeah.
can't
There's
skip
something to follow.
the cutscenes.
Yeah. The cutscenes are cool. I don't know if I'd want to
You're
do any
right.
skipping of that. Shoot. Um. Yeah. I remember I was on my second playthrough, and I was like, wait, hold on. You can grenade into the mouth of the flying guys to one
Yes.
shot them.
Yes, that's a
And
tip in chat that shows
uh
you.
yeah, and I spent I basically spent my first playthrough using all my power weapons on the flying guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reading is good.
Yeah, I tried to keep it light, you know. I didn't want to have chat being crazy. You know, some adventure maps that are very story oriented and
Yeah.
they just spam you and the chat. It's just a
Oh,
pain to read through.
I feel that's an issue with a lot of the Java maps you see. There's not a lot of concern for just game and just like game friendliness and like and creating like a good game experience
Right.
because there's this reliance, right? I don't know if you noticed this, but there's this reliance on like Minecraft mechanics and like using Minecraft as a base
Yes.
which can be good, but then there are certain things where like if you have like an inventory, right, that is different than how Minecraft normally functions, then it can kind of create
Right.
this dynamic. Um, how did you decide where to draw the line in terms of like relying on Minecraft mechanics and kind of recreating your own?
Um, it makes me think of the glory kills mechanic, which I didn't end up adding because
Hmm.
it would be technically true, technically available to actually do that. You know,
Yeah.
I could do that, but the amount of time that it would take, like to force the player to teleport in one position and to run an animation of punching the demon or finishing the demon, you know, it would
Ah,
just
yeah.
be a nightmare.
Hmm.
Um, so that was one thing where I was like, you know, it's probably not going to add too much to the gameplay for the amount of time that I'm going to spend doing it. So I'm just going to scrap it and
Yeah.
merge it into the chainsaw. Chainsaw's got more use than it does in Doom.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was a lot of having an idea and then going, I wonder if Minecraft can actually do this. Um, Most of the time, the answer was no. So it was like, all right. Well, I
Yeah.
had to find some sort of scuffed workaround,
Mm.
which you have to do with map making in Minecraft and commands and stuff like that. But the slash execute command is a godsend.
Whew.
It is wonderful. I didn't have that back in the day.
Oh no. We had like you had to spawn in what monsters spawn eggs and drop them armor on the ground or something. If you go way
Yeah,
back.
the summon commands are definitely a lot better as well.
Yeah. Man, what sort of preparation did you wish you'd make, right? Like where did planning not really go as planned?
Um, I didn't have too high expectations. Like I said,
Mhm.
I was making it as I went along, so I don't think I have any regrets or negative experiences from it. It was
Oh,
just
nice.
like
Yeah.
whenever I came across, I had an idea. I was like, I wonder if I can make this. It's a bummer if I can't, but that's whatever. That's just Minecraft
Yeah.
mechanics. If I can't get past it, then that's whatever.
Yeah, so sort of like a realistic pacing instead of the I'm making my dream game type of thing,
Yes, and having a list of 100 things that you want to do, and then
right?
only getting 5 of them, and then feeling miserable, and then giving up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. What do you do you have any Java projects coming up, or are you kind of cold turkey for a bit?
Um, I don't have any plans for anything Java.
Hmm.
Um, Probably not another adventure map. There was the idea of, I mentioned a couple times of like an endless mode,
Oh yeah.
not quite like the Horde mode, which is in Doom Eternal, but kind of like Call of Duty Zombies.
Hmm.
Um, but as you probably know, the AI range of detecting the player is pretty trash in vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like if you run away too far, then they'll just stop and then won't move, which is basically what that would rely on. So that's why I feel a bit hesitant to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have been doing stuff in Unity. I
Oh.
was just on that yesterday, and I actually imported my 3D models for the combat shotgun
Oh,
for a
nice.
little FPS game that's in there. Yeah, because you can there's a like a tutorial FPS thing that you can edit in Unity. And I've been changing the sounds, changing the movement and stuff like that. I added quick switching too, which is
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, so not really anything in Minecraft, I don't think. Um, but we'll see.
All right. What are you uh are you like a classically trained programmer? Did you get into programming through maybe your Minecraft commands or what?
Yeah, it was all Minecraft based. I have done a little bit of like when I was doing computing study at university.
Yeah.
I did just do intro to Python and stuff like that, but I haven't really done much on that at all. It's mainly been just learning the commands in Minecraft and then using that as, getting used to that and then going, okay, that's other languages might be similar to this, so let's give it a go.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's funny you mentioned earlier about kind of finagling and just jerry rigging Minecraft to do something.
Yeah.
I had a friend who mentioned when I was explaining how data packs and map making works in Java Minecraft, he's like, "This sounds like WarioWare." Just there apparently there's this DS game where this DS WarioWare game where you could kind of put together your own games and had this whole game
Okay.
creation module. Uh, and apparently data packs is just WarioWare. Just
Okay.
3D WarioWare, which I love, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think you've learned from this big like 1,200-hour project, right?
It was mainly the pacing and not
Mm-hmm.
because I was a solo developer for everything. I did the textures, the 3D models, the builds, um, programming, the commands and whatnot.
Yeah.
I had to pace myself and not have too high expectations, otherwise I'd burn myself out. Um, so I think I'm happy with how I handled it. There were some times where I felt a little bit stressed because I had said I was going to have something done by one date or have a
Ah.
showcase, a video release on one day. Putting that
Yeah.
stress on you sometimes takes a bit of a toll.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's mainly about not biting off more than you can chew. Um, because if you have the most grand, amazing idea for a game, you might think that it's fantastic and amazing and it'll sell super well and everyone will love it. But if you give up 10% through, then it's not going to go anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's all about pacing yourself.
So not making a massive open world RPG and that sort of deal.
Oh,
And
also 3D modeling.
oh yeah, yeah.
I learned 3D modeling in Blockbench, which is pretty good.
Did you use any plugins for the Blockbench animations?
Um, Plugins, no, I didn't. I think I just did it stock.
Damn.
Yeah,
I I dipped into Blockbench last year, and that stuff is tedious. Oh man,
right.
especially without the
Well,
plugins. That's a
you
lot.
should see how I did the gun animations.
Yeah.
It was what the probably the super shotgun's got the longest animation, I think,
Hmm.
where it cracks open, the pellets fly out, and then it closes up again.
Yeah.
That one's got probably maybe 40 different 3D model things from Blockbench.
Oh
So
wow.
what I did was it was a cooldown timer, right? So
Hmm.
the player is detected with right clicking on the gun,
Yeah.
and then that will be detected by a data pack which picks it up and then goes, okay, if the cooldown, let's say set the cooldown to 40 and then count downwards. So every tick it swapped out the item in the player's hand to look like an animation
Yeah.
to a 3D model. And then once it got back to 0, then it would swap through to the detectable right click again.
Hmm.
So that kind of stuff is pretty tedious because, of course, every single frame is a 3D model. So I had to save them all as separate 3D models
Oh yeah.
and then make sure that it looks smooth.
Damn. Just knowing that you did that stock now. That's just crazy to me. Jeez. I was thinking about getting there's this new Blockbench plugin that I think is went public recently. It's animated Java or something.
Okay.
Um,
I did
and
see stuff about that and like programs that you could use, but I never bothered with it because I only saw them like halfway through and I was like, oh, screw it.
like you already have your methods and
Yeah,
sort of that
I'm
flow down.
committing. I'm committing to it.
Oh man, I feel that. Yeah, we're I mean I've pretty much gone through what what I was wanting to ask. Do you have anything you want to bring up? Anything you want to talk about Doomed or anything?
Um, if people wanted to try it out, they can. There's an optional donation if people want to support me for it, but if not,
Hell
that's all
yeah,
good. Um, the main point for me making it was just watching people enjoy playing it, pretty much. That's it.
yeah,
And if I get donations out of it, then that's a bonus. Bonus.
hell yeah. All right, yeah. Thanks for talking to me, man. And
Yeah, thanks
guess
for
we'll
having
end
me.
it here.